Gentlemen, ladies, folks, how you doing? Adam here. Had a quick question for you all since I didn't do any picking up over the weekend. My question was, I was thinking this weekend when I was playing some games, because I'm playing Uncharted, but there's a lot of cover-based shooting, and I'm just having trouble with it. And I even put it on easy, and I'm still having trouble with it. So I'm like, it's a cool game, and I mean, it's got a great storyline and stuff, but I'm just struggling with it. So I stuck in my copy of Tron Evolution and started playing it, and it plays a lot like some other games that I've played recently, and it got me to thinking, if I could go back and experience 5 games again for the first time for any console, like a magic fairy came down and said, okay, I can erase these 5 games from your memory, you'll have no memory of ever playing them, what 5 games would you choose? Because I got to thinking, well, it'd be cool to play certain games over again and experience it again for the first time, but at the same time, it's kind of like, when you do that, what if your tastes have changed or whatever, and you play through it without the nostalgia, or play through it without the history, like, let's say you pick an older game and it's not when the console was new, so are you going to have that same feeling for it that you did when you played through it the first time? So I got to thinking really hard, and at first I could only come up with 3 games, but I came up with a top 5, I think, and it was a struggle, and I even cut a few because I was thinking, if I played that over again, I don't know that I would have as much reverence for it or love for it as I do, and I tried to pick games that I thought, even if I played them today, I would still love and enjoy them just as much as I did the first time. So let's get started here. Don't got a lot of time to burn. But the first game, and this is the one that kind of popped into my mind first, because a lot of games have borrowed from this game over the years, and I don't know if this was the first game of this style, but it's the first game that I remember of this style, and it always comes back to me, and even though I've never finished it all the way, I got to like 89% or something, and then I lost my save file, and then I started playing it on a different console than the game that I had originally started playing, and I got a certain distance, and then I started playing it on the PC, and la-di-da-di-da, you guys might know, but this game here, and I figured if I could experience it again for the first time, I would probably beat it, and that is Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time. This game, with its platforming ability and running on walls and grabbing ledges and pulling yourself up, or dropping down and grabbing other ledges and shimmying and all that stuff. This is the first game I remember doing any of that stuff too. And it's just one of those things that I was playing Tron Evolution, like I said, and it borrows heavily from that style. God of War plays kind of like that style. Another game, the other Prince of Persia games, that Enslaved game played a lot like that. It just seems like a lot of games have copied it, that play mechanic over the years now, and it just seems like that was the first one I remember it being in. So I was like, if I could go back and play Sands of Time again from the beginning, and the graphics still hold up pretty well, and this isn't all about graphics either, but that I would pick that one. So that's my number 5. This was actually in the top 3, this next one, and I was struggling for the other 2 because I was fighting between 2 different games, and I finally picked one of them. And one of the reasons was, I don't know if I played through it again if I would have such love for it as I do right now. So I decided to pick another one that we'll get there. The next one is, I've talked about this game, but this is the first time I experienced this game to that degree, and that's the stealth game, and that would be my copy of Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation. This game is just awesome in every way. Graphics are a little rough on the PlayStation, but all the stealth and all the weaponry and sneaking around and the guy seeing your footprints in the snow and hearing you and coming and looking for you. That was one of the first games that I remember all that. Plus the story on this was really rich, I felt, at least in the first one. I played through Sons of Liberty 2 or whatever. Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. That's one I played through. I tried playing through Snake Eater, and I struggled with it, so I never got any farther. And I bought Metal Gear Solid 4 for the PS3, but I haven't even started playing it. I stuck it in to make sure it came up, and that was about it. Okay, we're kind of going backwards in generations here. This next one, this box is a little beat up, but I found this out in the wild, so I went ahead and picked it up. This is the one I struggled with between it and its older brother, I guess you would say. And that is a series that I've always loved for Nintendo. And I remember I didn't even own this console. My friend bought this game that I was living with, and I ended up playing it more than he did and eventually beating it, and I don't ever think he even beat it. And that would be Ocarina of Time for the 64. You can tell this box has got a little bit of crushing, and the flap's a little torn and things. But like I said, I found this out somewhere, out and about, and so it doesn't bother me. It's got looks like it's got the gray cart with the gold label. But the thing is, I have a gold cart copy somewhere put up that I need to swap out and put it in the box here. But Ocarina of Time, this game consumed a lot of time back in the day for me. And its older brother, Link to the Past, was the one I was really thinking, oh, I'd love to play Link to the Past again. And I would, but I think it doesn't matter if I would be playing it again for the first time. I would love it no matter what. But at the same time, it's like, well, what if, I wasn't as into, it's more of a top-down instead of a 3D, or whatever. And I wasn't sure. I don't know. I just thought I would like to experience Ocarina of Time again for the first time. But, that's what I'm saying. I went back and forth between those two. So they almost hold an honorary third slot together. But I chose this one for the Nintendo 64. 2 more games. I'll go ahead and do it in this order since I'm talking Nintendo. Of course, I would love to play this. This is another one that popped into my mind that I would love to play over again for the first time, experience it for the first time, and that would be Super Metroid. I talk about this game all the time, and I did play some of it over the weekend on my Xbox with the emulator, and I still enjoy it. The atmosphere, the music, the sound, the game itself, the story, everything about it is just perfection in my opinion. This game is as close to perfect for me as I'm ever going to get to enjoying an experience of playing a game. And based on when I played it, I don't know if I'd want to take that experience away, though. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's so hard because I have such good memories of it. It'd be hard to take that experience completely away just to experience it again for the first time. But that's what I'm saying. It's a double-edged sword, folks. So when you leave your comments, you might want to think about it before you do it, because if you erased it from your memory, you wouldn't have good memories of it anymore. It would just be blank, and then what if you didn't quite enjoy it as much as you thought you were gonna? So sometimes that nostalgia holds deep, you know what I'm saying? So, and this is the final game, and I've talked this game up before too. This game cost me a few days in college, community college. I didn't go in to school when I got this. I was like, you know what? They don't care whether I'm there or not, and I don't care whether I'm there or not, so I'm going to stay home and play this game. But I remember buying this. I got it at a mall. I'm trying to remember what mall it was. it's probably one that doesn't exist anymore because they've closed so many malls around here in the last 10 years. But that's the game, Shining Force, the original one. This is an RPG, but it's also a strategy RPG. But this one also has the element of going into the towns and buying things, talking to people, and figuring out the story. And there's a lot of hidden characters in this game that you find as you go along. And you might not necessarily find them all as you go along. And the other, at least Shining Force CD, you didn't really have that town element. I mean, you had a shop and you had like a place to heal yourself or something, and that was it. I mean, it was primarily grinding through the maps and the story. You didn't really do any, exploring yourself. So I didn't quite enjoy Shining Force CD as much as the original one. But I still have reverence for it as well. So anyway, that's my top 5. Metroid would probably be, I don't know, because I'm just so torn about whether I would want to erase it from my memory. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, really, you can toss them out there, but if you really think about it, what if you didn't enjoy it as much as you did the first time? And I would hate to have a negative experience with a game that I love so much. So anyway, these are the ones I came up with, and I did think about this for a while. It wasn't just like a flippant thing. So leave your comments below. You can still make a response video even if you can't post one to me. And if I'm subbed to you, I'll definitely see it. And if I'm not subbed to you, comment to me and say, hey, I made a video, and I'll definitely check it out. So I think this is a video-worthy comment question. Community question, but that's me because I like to make videos. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll talk to y'all later, and we'll see you next video. Bye.